first welcome the leadership of ABSA, the leadership of the Gift of the Givers, the leadership of the SGB of Snetemba High School, the principal, the community, the district director, and the entourage, the media houses. We are here today in response to the call that has been made almost about a decade back by the then President Nelson Mandela, when he said we must find means and ways of forging business public partnerships that can help government to reverse the backlogs that were emerging to be a daunting nerve of the government of the day at that time. We have been continuing with that clarion call precisely because of the constraints that government is having on the infrastructure backlogs. You'll remember that we have been always arguing that part of the challenge of the Eastern Cape government in the context of education is a backlog of plus minus 72 billion rands, which is unaffordable and far-fetched, and therefore bringing in other sectors into the space with humility, and bringing in ABSA and Gift of the Givers in trying to deal with the issue of the backlogs we have in education in the context of the renovation of the schools, building ablution facilities for the school with an amount of 500,000, and is welcomed. And I think it goes a long way precisely because, remember, Mdantsane as a township is one of the biggest townships in the country, and which means it's got a huge amount of population, and unfortunately a population that is predominantly depending on the state interventions for them to survive. So for me, this is not just about education as a sector, but how do you respond to the local economies that the people are confronted with? How do we then respond to the issue of social contract that government has been emphasizing for the past decade? How do you ensure that all parties play their own role in terms of ensuring that the basic education in the country is stabilized, and in the province in particular? How do you ensure that you bring all your stakeholders as part of an ongoing reconstruction and rebuilding of the schooling system in the province? So I'm taking this opportunity to welcome this gesture and to encourage them further that they must take more schools, but equally encouraging the community not to take them for granted. We don't want stories here. We don't want people that invest in money, but the money is not seen in terms of the value of the money. We don't want an experience of what was happening before local government in this country, in this province in particular, where stadiums were built, but there were serious questions about that thing. So development and corruption cannot coexist. And I think I must put it categorically clear. We will have to choose as a nation whether to develop the people or to corrupt them. We will have to choose, I repeat, whether to corrupt the people or to develop them. Because they are not twins. One must exist so that the other perish. So you can't have both of them. So hence I'm saying, they must not be taken for granted. They must not be taken chances. Schools that receive donors from whatever donor must be able to account on that. In fact, not those schools. The head office must develop a directorate that consolidate donors, that consolidate the cost value of the contributions made by the donors, and begin an approach of accounting on behalf of those schools as a Department of Education. All these schools belong to the provincial head office. By the way, they are MEC schools. if there could be anyone who goes to court here, he's not going to arrest anybody here. He's going to arrest the MEC. So I'm saying anything that went wrong here, whether it has got something to do with building grounds by Lotto, it has to come back to us. So hence I'm saying my greatest plea is that let's be ethical, let's be moral, let's be sensitive, let's have value system that is appreciative. Respond to the monies that have been given by our own partners in the context of ABSA and gift of the givers. Thanks a lot.